Yo, this is Firstborn, another Dark Price memoir. But the topic of this morning is diseases of each era and the mandate of each generation in bringing a answer to that disease, bringing a remedy to that disease or a cure. Each generation or each era that man exists in, there is always a particular type of ailment that plagues man at that time. Whether you want to deal with bubonic plague that affected Europe, or the plague of syphilis that hit Europe, or the Ebola virus that they say originated in certain parts of Africa, or smallpox, and polio, diseases of those nature. Up to now, the common plague is cancer and AIDS. The reason for the emergence of each of those diseases in each age, time, era, and location directly correlates to blockages that exist in the collective of mankind spiritually at that time. Because if you look at the nature of how each of those diseases work and where they come from, whether it was a lack of sanitation, or if you look at something like cancer, which is a individual cell becoming selfish and then destroying the collective cell tissue body of a local area in the body. Or you look at AIDS, where it deals with the virus that mistranslates information and then brings that corrupted, falsified, or lying information to other cells, which is what a virus does in order to destroy the immune system. You see within the nature of the disease what is the problem of the people at that time. Because whether we know this or not, each generation of man was designed to evolve and reach within the spirit realm, or in other words, reach inside of himself to remove the blockages between him and himself, between himself and the divinity that's within him. So the reason you see the cures come about, or the lack thereof, is because of man's inability to connect spiritually and bring forth the solution from his spiritual self to his physical ailments. He has to be the one to bridge the gap. And even now, when you see things like cancer, which I mentioned before, is a cell becoming selfish, working for itself, whereas naturally a cell usually gives off life, not for itself, but for all the cells around itself for life. When it does opposite and serves itself, it creates death and corrupts the cells around it, which tells you right now what is the mandate of this generation, with cancer being the common plague. The mandate of this generation is a great one: to get to the root of eliminating individual selfishness for the collective purpose. When we develop and cleave to the spiritual technology of eradicating our individual selfishness for the purpose of the collective on a wider scale, you will see cancer eradicated from the earth. When we no longer corrupt truth, as we've done for so long, which mirrors what a virus does, which you see in HIV and HPV and other different viruses, you will see the remedy for AIDS and other infectious viruses. That's why the swine flu is out. You will see those things begin to disappear. So what I'm saying from a spiritually scientific level is that each ailment corresponds to the blockages that we have with ourselves, each other, and the Creator within all of us. So that when we can approach things on the divine level to remove those things that block us, then in the material develops the answers to reverse these sicknesses and diseases. Because sicknesses and diseases only come to move us towards the Creator, to move us towards existing in a way where we're not blocked off. But until we do, we have diseases, situations, earth traumas, disruptive weather patterns that erupt. But speaking on the disease tip, I just wanted to just talk about that right quick, that the diseases correlate to the blockages that is in the collective consciousness of man. Anyways, this is another Dark Christ memoir, Firstborn. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.